chapter I just wrote is about willpower and resilience and how important that is to be able to deal with pain, suffering, and adversity and challenges, and how that makes you stronger and a better person, and how that is a sublime power in the human animal. To be so resilient where nothing could beat you down, where you allow yourself to feel the pain and you grow from it. Because people nowadays are so avoidant of any kind of conflict, of any kind of difficulty.
Once you experience the freedom and sense of power that comes from letting go of the past and facing life with a confident, life-affirming attitude, there will be no turning back. You will stop listening to people who try to arbitrarily set limits on what you can achieve. And you will have that touch of madness and insanity that all great inventors and builders have. Just enough madness to try something that no one else has tried before, and just enough insanity to pull it off.
7 years ago now, I came this close to dying. I had a stroke. I was driving my car in Los Angeles. My wife had me pull over. I didn't want to pull over. I was going to keep driving. She forced it, and she called an ambulance. She saw my face. The right side of my face was just like falling. Something was really wrong with me. I didn't know. I was like, everything's fine. In that split second where she didn't panic and she called 911, she saved my life. She basically saved my life. And they came quickly. And so I came this close to dying, or this close to being brain dead. In our particular culture, these are the thoughts that you have. These are the behaviors that you do. These are the values that you have. This is the things that you conform to, right? And outside that circle is everything that you're not supposed to do, everything you're not supposed to think, everything that's different, that's strange, that's weird, that's not normal. That is the sublime. And I'm trying to lure you outside of the circle in these 12 different directions to experience something beyond your normal limits, beyond your normal boundaries, that's going to shake your brain up and make you realize that the world you thought was this way is actually this way. You don't know what reality is. You have this image, but things are much stranger, much weirder, much more sublime and awesome than you imagine. It's a book to shake you out of your complacency, to shake you out of this idea that you know what the world is like, and to make you realize you're ignorant. The world is mysterious and beautiful for being mysterious. So each chapter is outside that. And the ultimate chapter, the 12th chapter, the one I'm writing now, is about death. It's about death is sort of the ultimate limit that we all face. But to be able to experience it, to understand what may lie on the other side, what it is the ultimate sublime experience, right? Because we don't know. Nobody knows what happens to us after we die.
Don't try to be like other people, right? It's very, very difficult. We're conformists by nature, we human beings. We want to imitate what's out there. We look at icons and people in media and we say, I want to be just like him. I want to be just like her. I want to have that kind of attention and that kind of success, right? And the most powerful people, the most successful people in the world, they're one of a kind. There's never been anyone else like them. They're so weird, they're so different, their style is so unique that is their source of power. And trying to be like other people and trying to imitate them only means that you're incredibly replaceable. So if you're just like everybody else, there's no reason for anybody to hire you in the long run, because eventually they can replace you with someone younger and cheaper. But if you're truly an original, if you're truly different, if you have skills that nobody else has, if you have something to say and express no one's expressed before, that is the ultimate position of power. No one can get rid of you. People want more and more of you instead of less and less.
You have to understand, you have to be so close to what people are thinking in the world today, what your employees are thinking, to what your colleagues are thinking, what your rivals are thinking. So you need to be continually laser focused outwardly on the world, on the trends, on what other people are thinking. You have to become a master observer of the social game, being able to read other people's psychology, being able to read and understand the trends that are going on in the world, where the world is going in 5 years. So get outside of all your emotions and your feelings and, oh, I'm not getting this, oh, I'm such a victim, oh, people don't like me, and be laser focused on other people, what they need, what they're thinking, what they're feeling. That's like a killer skill that you need to develop.
You want to gain a sense of discipline. self-discipline. It's no good if people tell you to do things, if people tell you to work, if they force you to do this, A, B, and C. It has to come from within. You have to have initiative. You have to be motivated to do things. Master yourself through learning something that you love, that interests you. That's how you develop discipline. So if you're studying things, if you're entering a career that doesn't suit you, that you don't really love, then it's going to be very hard for you to master yourself. It's going to be very hard to gain that discipline. You're going to be tuning out. You're going to be distracted. You're going to be on your phone too much. You're not going to be focusing deeply, which is how you master yourself.
This is the most important law and power that I want you to engrave in your brain right now as you listen to me. And it's the following. Everybody has insecurities and has an ego. And the worst thing you can do for your boss, for your colleagues, for the people underneath you, is to violate their ego, to make them feel insecure. You will pay a price for it. They will resent you. They will work against you. They will betray you in the end. So never lose sight that everybody around you has an ego and has insecurities. Say, Robert, don't worry, everything is going to work out for the best. You're doing the right thing. So my philosophy in life, if I had to say I have one philosophy, it's called amor fati, which is Latin for love of fate. And what that means is everything happens for a reason. Even the bad things that happen to you have a purpose to them if you know how to handle it. If you embrace the bad stuff that happens to you, nothing can ever hurt you or harm you. You learn from every bad experience. So getting fired or losing my job from that woman that was kind of bothering me, I learned great lessons for it. It made me stronger. Having people tell me when I was 25, Robert, you're not a good writer. You're not going to end up being a writer. You should go to business school. It made me stronger. It made me tougher. It made me more resilient. It made me learn. Everything is a learning experience. Nothing is wasted if you have this philosophy. It's something that the Stoics and Ryan Holiday talks a lot about. His book, The Obstacle is the Way, is a brilliant book.
Great book.
But nothing is just meaningless. Everything has a purpose behind it. And so all the bad stuff that happened to me when I was in my 20s, all the feelings I had of being lost, they ended up having a purpose because I used it that way. So I would have told myself, don't worry, Robert, don't be despondent, don't despair. Or despair, it's fine to feel despair because everything in the end will work out. It's all, as I tell other people, my motto in life besides amor fati is, it's all material. Everything that happens is material for me to use in my books, for my mind to feed off of. So I wouldn't have told myself, actually, I wouldn't tell myself anything. I would have shut up and said, just go on, do your life. Don't listen to me, Robert, you're fine. The thing that you want from your 20s is you want an apprenticeship, right? You want to learn. You want learning skills. You want to learn skills, solid skills, so that by the time you turn 30, which is the critical turning point in your life, I said the 20s are your most fun. The 30s are the key part of your life, which is my key part, the late 30s. When you're 30, you want to I had fun, I had adventures, I traveled, I dated, I did everything I wanted, but I also learned things. I learned A, B, and C skills. You don't have to learn just one skill, you can learn 3 skills, 3 things that you mastered, that you spent 7 years going into deeply. But if you wasted your 20s, if you just had fun, if you just did whatever you wanted to, by the time you hit 30, nothing will stick together, nothing will cohere. You've been stretched too thin. But if you're linear, laser focused, I'm just going to go to Goldman Sachs, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to get paid $150,000 a year. You're not spreading yourself out. You're not learning enough skills. You're not developing yourself inwardly. Learning a skill is a skill, but learning is a skill. And in order to learn, you have to be able to put up with boredom, frustration, and tedium. So if you're able to put up, because right now, young people have it really, really bad because things are so easy for them that they don't have the patience to learn something. They just want to get onto ChatGPT. Everything is fed to them. You need to be able to put up with the tedium, the boredom that learning a skill involves. Well, what is money? Think of it. It's a human invention that we have created. Now, why do I say that? Because money is pure psychology. right? I talked about Elon Musk and how he turned, like alchemy, he turned a company that was nothing into powerful. He attracted all this money because of attention, because he understood the attention game. He understood the psychology, the psychological element that translated into money. You look at the crash of 2008 and all of these people going into these derivatives and these real estate investments, right? Completely irrational. As looking back, it was like, what were people thinking? It wasn't based on anything real. It was based on a mob mentality, on lemmings going over the hill, all believing that this would, because other people were signing off on it, I'm going to sign off of it, which is how bubbles always happen. Bubbles are classic examples of money as pure psychology. Some people now are speculating that AI is going to turn into a bit of a bubble because so many companies are throwing billions of dollars into AI right now, and it's not really paying off. It's not translating into productivity. It's not translating into profits. It could be a bubble. But I'm saying people follow trends. They put their money according to what they think is going to be good. Look at the stock market right now. The stock market is pure psychology. People believe something is happening. They believe in the future. They're optimistic. They're bullish. Well, let's invest. At a slight turn in psychology, they become bearish. You want to create this aura of power, even though inside you might not feel so powerful or feel so comfortable or secure. But outwardly, you want to show this appearance that makes people think, wow, this guy, he's authority. I respect him. Talking less creates an aura of power. It makes you look larger than you actually are. It makes people think he's mysterious. He or she's mysterious. When you talk a lot, I don't know if you've noticed this, but people who talk a lot, there's something insecure about them. If you can't control your own mouth, if you can't control that, then what can you control? You can't control your emotions. You can't control your behavior. It signals weakness and insecurity. Whereas talking less, you're not going to say something stupid. And then when you do speak, it's going to carry a lot of weight.